Hello, in this video I'm going to show you how to do a Turing machine using a recursive language. So here's a given language where L is equal to 0k 1j 0n, k, j and n are greater than 0 and n is greater than equal to j, j greater than equal to k. So here's a diagram over here where q0, if it reads a 0, then it changes to an x and then we move right. So let's just put a string for example here. We have like 0 0 1 1 1, then 0 0 0 0. So we are right now in q0. So let's say that q0 reads this 0, we mark this 0 with an x and then move to the next state, which is q1 in this diagram. Now q1 reads a 0. We move to 1. We just stay in q1 and we move from 0 and it moves to 1. So now if q1 reads a 1, we replace that 1 with a y and then we move right to q2. If q2 reads a 1, we move right and we still are in the same state. Then again reading a 1, we again move right. Now again when we reach another 0, we replace that 0 with a z and we move left. And we're moving to a new state. So in this new state q3, if we read a z, if we read a 1, we move left, again we move left, y again move left, then 0 we move left. Now we got to an x. So if the q3 reads x, we're moving right and we go back from q3 to q0. And if q0 reads another 0, we repeat the same procedure again. So replace that 0 with an x, move to a new state. Now if q1 reads a y, we still stay in q1 and then we move to the next sequence. Now it's reading 1, replace that 1 with a y, then we move right and we move to a new state. Now if q2 reads a 1, what happens is we just leave the 1 as it is and we move right and we still stay in q2. Now when q2 reads a z, we move right, stay in q2. Now when it reads a 0, replace that 0 with a z, we move left right here and move to a new state. Now when we read 1, move left, same state, y, move left, same state, again reading a y, you're still in the same state, you move left, Now when we read an X, we again move to the right, and you went from Q3 to Q0. And if Q0 reads a Y, because there are no zeros afterwards, so what we do is we read a Y, and then we move to the right. Then again read a Y, you're moving to the right. Again read a Y over here, you move to the right. But if you read a 1, change that 1 to a Y. Once you change that 1 to a Y, you move to the right, and you're in Q2. If you read a Q2, reading a Z, move to the right. Again read a Z, move to the right. Now you read a 0, replace that 0 with a Z, you move to the left in Q3. So Q3, if you read anything besides X, you move all the way to the left and left. But then when you read an X, you move right and go back to Q0. So now what happens is, if Q0 reads Y, move right, Y, again move right, again move right. So Z, you move right, Z, you move right, Z, again you move right. Now you read a 0. Mark this with a 0. And you move left. So you move left and you go to Q3 if you replace that 0 with a Z. So afterwards what happens is, anything again you repeat the same procedure. Z, move left, you're still in Q3, move left, move left, move left, move left, move left, then move left. Now you're reading an X, move right, and you're in Q0. So Y, go to Q1, and again if you read Y, you still are in Q1. If you read the Z, you move to Q2. Now you move right, read all the Z's. Now you reach the end of the string. Now you're reading a blank. If you read a blank, Q2 reads a blank, you're going to move to the left. To Z. So now what happens is, Q2 goes to Q4 after reading a blank, and you move left. So if Q4 reads a Z, replace that Z with a 0. So this, what happens is X, X, Y, 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 Z, 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 and B. So once you read the blank, you're now in Z. So if Q4 reads a Z, replace that with a 0, move left. Then replace Z with a 0, move left. 0, move left. Then replace this with 0, then move left. Now you come to Y. Replace Y with a 1, move left. Again with a 1, move left. Again with a 1, move left. Then afterwards, X gets replaced to 0. Change that X to a 0, move left. Change that X to a 0, then move left. Now you are reading another blank. So once after you read this blank, what happens is, you read this blank, then you move right, and then you get to a final state, which is also known as the accepting state. So next I will show you an example of a string which doesn't work with this language on top here. So we can do 3 zeros and 2 1s and 1 0, and then a blank in here. So 3 zeros, 2 ones, and 1 0. Read a 0, put an X on top of it. Next, what you do is read a 0, you're in Q1, read a 0. Now you get to 1, put Y on top of that. Then you read 1, 0, Z. Now then you move left. 1, 1, 1, 1, X. Read an X, move right. Q0. Replace that with an X, move right. Now what you do is you read a 0. After reading a 0, you move to Y, read a Y. Now another 1 is found. So if you read this 1, replace that with a Y, move to Q2. So if Q2 reads a Z, you move to the right, and then you'll end a blank. So when it reads a blank, you move left. Then what happens is you go to Q4. So then Z gets replaced with 0, move left. Y is to 1, move left. Y gets replaced to 1, move left. Now we have a Z problem here. Why? Because Q4 never reads a 0. So we get stuck. So therefore 0 0 0 1 1 0 is not accepted in the language. And another thing which gets accepted in the language is if you do 0 0 1 0 0. This is the instantaneous description for this language. 0 0 1 1 0 0. So if Q0 reads a 0, we replace that with an X. Q1. Now reading up to here, replace that Q2 with a 1, and then it goes all the way here, and therefore after solving this whole instantaneous description here, we end up with a string and go to an accepting state. So therefore this string is accepted in the language. Alright guys, thank you for watching this video. Hope to see you in the next one.